Welcome back, friends. It's Angela with the Traveling Crafter. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Specifically today, Lisa Morales, Shawcraft 1. I know Shawcraft, you've been around for a while. And Helen Gibson, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the comments and for subscribing to the channel. And if you've been around for a while, welcome back, friends. So if you aren't aware, I love to do a lot of different things, from home decor and DIY, paper crafting, and thrifting for vintage treasures. And one of my very favorites is shopping for vintage patterns, which I think I might be sold out, but I usually I curate them and put them on my Etsy shop for all of you to share. And I have been doing for quite some time Sewing Notion Sunday. So we are going to work just like we always have with a variety of sewing notions to create other things for our journals and our homes and things like that. Today is a twofer. So we're going to do two different things. On my Mindful Monday that you will see tomorrow, you'll see a whole lot of things that I worked on just in kind of a day of not worrying about an agenda, just kind of planning or having fun. And one of the things that I created, and I've created these before with fabric. In fact, it might be on my Sewing Notion Sunday playlist, but we did create washi tape with fabric. And so yesterday, or whatever day that was that I did this, remember when we did all of the stamping on the deli paper? So I thought, well, I needed the pages to be smaller and I didn't want to waste what was left over. So I turned them into the washi tape and I'll show you how to do it in just a second. And then while I was doing that, I was like, well, I have all these napkins that are I've already taken all the layers off. And so I turned them into some washi tape. And then I thought, what if we use sewing pattern tissue and try to make some? So that is the first thing that we're going to do. And then the second thing that we're going to do is create here, I'll just show you. These are actually from, and I need to make sure I tag her on this, Roxy, one of Roxy Creations, Roxy's weekly challenges. It's one of her projects. And so I thought, well, why not make a few of these out of the instructions? So we're going to make some of those, and then we'll use said washi tape on those little items. So let's start with what you're going to need. I need to move this out of the way of my, you know what? I didn't even look to make sure that this was actually charging. Let's just hope it is, because it was kind of low. So what I have, now mine is wider tape. You can get this a little more narrow, but I like to do it, this is easy to work with, and it is 2 inches wide. It is X fasten. I believe this is in my, if you go to the description box, is Amazon 2 Restore You Essentials. This should be in there. And it is double-sided tape, and it does have the coating on this side, and then it's sticky on this side. And you can't get much easier than this. This is why we're doing a bonus, because I was like, well, that's going to take me like 10 minutes to show them how to do this. So here's what we're going to do. I have this one and I think it's super cute. So we're going to try to use that as well. But I thought we would start with, let's just find some that has a fairly good amount of detail on it, if you will. And because we could always, you know, I did this before on the washi that we did with fabric. We could piece it together if we wanted. But let's just try this with just a short piece. This has a crease right there, so we'll just use this one. Can you guys see me? Yes, you can. All right, let's just try this. And all we're going to do is lay this down. This is just how I do it. Not difficult. And I'm not going to make this quite as long because there's not a whole lot of excitement up there. But I'm going to put this just right there. And I'll just show you how I trim this down. Well, I guess I don't know if this is going to work as easy as like it does with napkin. You know what? I don't know that it's going to, so we're just going to trim it. But with napkin, you can just use some water. But it does, I mean, once it's on there, it tears. Look how easy it tears. So not to worry. It just takes a little longer. But look at that. We just created washi tape. And I've also done this. You guys have seen me just use regular tape and create like, oh, where is it up here? This is on my washi up here. I'll just grab it. Like we've made. That's all old, like old looking paper. And then these are all my fabric strips. So we'll just keep this out because we need to put all of these in there. So how about that? Now we're all good to go. You guys, that's it. That's all there is to it. But let's say we want to use, I mean, so this doesn't really have much of anything, right? I mean, we can zhuzh it up a little bit, make it look a little older where those creases are. Now, this I probably won't use on the actual pattern pockets that we're going to do because it kind of blends in, but I wanted to show you how to do it. Let's find something that's a little bit more interesting. I do have some, oh, here, this one I copy dyed. What if we just try to do, slap this baby right in the middle and get this whole arrow? I think that would be fun. Yes, that's what we will do. So I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I am really excited about the next week's Sewing Notion Sunday. In fact, I will probably do the tutorial right after this one because I'm just so excited about it. And I did do a test, a prototype, if you will. All right, so now we're going to use this in its entirety, but let's put that aside for a second and let's take out this piece right here, and because we have this, and then let's see if we can find some other interesting pieces. And I like that this is already coffee dyed. That's fun. And you know what? Oh, I have another idea. Maybe, I don't see why it wouldn't turn out. Maybe we could incorporate both when we do the one that's pieced together. Maybe we can incorporate some napkin and the sewing pattern to give it a real fun look. Let's try that. Okay, I'm gonna just cut this off in advance. And this is really sticky, but it does come off easily when you're, you know, after you've stuck it down to use as washi. Well, that's a little long. To use as washi tape. Oops. I mean, relatively easy. Now that my nail tools are gone for the moment until they grow out, everything's a little bit more difficult for me, but isn't that funny how you get so used to, well, at least me, I use my nails as a tool a lot, so when I don't have them, it's like I have a little bit of a handicap. Oh, let's see, oh, that looks cool. Love it. Okay, so we got those two. Now let's do one. This one's going to be a little different because we're going to be piecing this together. So let's just take a piece and we're going to lay that down flat. This will be our last one, and then we'll move on to these pockets. Okay. Ooh, I had some blue. Maybe it won't be our last. All right, let's get this belt carrier one on here first, because that is really awesome. And look, it's even got the holes in it for the... Okay, now the thing is once it's on, it's on. We're just experimenting here, friends. Let's put this kind of at an angle. Okay, let's grab some of the... Which color shall we use? I really like this flower. I like this too. Well, here, I guess, here's what we will do. I've got another one. I've got this tissue that's blue, and I think that would be fun to use. So we'll use that one with that. And then this one I think is a little too much, and this is obviously too much because it's writing. So we'll use this, the little, are these cherry blossoms or dogwoods? I don't know. But they're cute. And we're going to make this so easy. Now, here's the one thing we may have to do. Because this is overlapping, as you can see there, we're probably going to need to use a little bit of glue on either side. On top of where we put this. Okay, so is that down all the way? Yeah, because we'll be cutting that off. All right, let's put a little bit right here. I like it better when it's ripped. Do it like that. Well, there we go. And we'll do the same here. Ooh, I'm liking this, you guys. That was a great idea. Mixing it up. Okay. Let's find another piece that's got a lot of color on it. Let's do this right here. Ah! Come back. And I like that it overlaps on there, so we're gonna keep doing that. Even though I'm losing that too. I do like that too, but you'll probably be able to see it through there. There you go. All right, now we just have to pull this off. Oh, here, I'll show you with the napkin. See how that just comes off. Easy peasy lemon. And it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of the edge on there. You can just leave it. And here, let's make life easier for us. I think I already told you. My hero, Dave, ordered me a 30 pack of blades for this. So in my lifetime, I probably shouldn't need another blade, I would think. But it was another one of those things that was like, oh, I use that thing all the time. So when you watch this, I think I will be in Omaha. Well, weather permitting, because at this very moment, as I'm doing this video, it is Thursday. It's our live sale day. So I need to do a couple videos this morning, go get set up for the live sale, which is all books and ephemera. So that will be fun. That looks cool. Now, I probably could have put a little bit more on here, because if I'm going to cut it up, and see, this is what I generally do. Here, we'll just do it. Well, I don't know if this is, let's let this dry just a little bit more, and then I'll show you how I cut it in half. Don't let me forget. Okay, we're gonna use this one, and we're gonna use this blue. Let's see if we can find some interesting. This is a tie collar. That's fun. Probably, no, that's a belt carrier, not tie. So let's do, just turn that all off. And I keep all of my little pieces of tissue because I use it for collage and all kinds of other little things. Let's just cut this so that we can use all of these pieces and parts. So we've got 1, 2, like that, 3. That one can go in the garbage. That one we might keep. Let's use some of this, see if we can get. Now, like this one would also be fun to take some of my, like fashion stamps and then stamp on top of it. So that's always an option too. All right, now we got that. All right, let's lay our piece of tape out. And this one roll, I have done everything in this bucket. So there's a lot. A lot. So it goes a long ways. And I'm trying just to keep this at about 12 inches long so that it stays on my mat. That's as long as my mat is. So yeah, be sure to tune in next week to Sewing Notion Sunday, because it is, I think you guys are going to like it. And I hope it turns out like I'm thinking. I don't know. All right, we're just going to do this a little bit different. And I'm going to just add, we're just going to start at one end and go for it. All right, I don't want, we'll glue everything that needs to be glued at the end. Let's just put that there. It's sticky. You're best off using the, once you put it down, use that to kind of help hold. Don't do what I just did. I see a piece that needs to be put on right there because I missed it. And this is just like collaging. That's all there is to it. I did it again. All right, let's get some of this on there. All right, now we're gonna go back. Wait, I feel like I'm right there. How did I do that? Way to go, Ange. All right, now we're just going to take off the lid of the glue stick. That's helpful. So yes, next Sewing Notion Sunday will be a combination Sewing Notion Sunday in conjunction with Wallpaper Wednesday, because I will be using wallpaper, but you do not need to. All you're going to need next week is, what are you going to need? Some kind of paper of your choice. You're going to need some glue, some scissors, probably a ruler, and some buttons. That's going to be one of our sewing notions that we're going to be using. And then some lace or ribbon or something to that effect. So that's, if you're going to follow along next week, grab those supplies and join in. So our sewing notions next week will be, I'm using, I think, mostly vintage. No, I'm not. I think I will probably use some newer buttons too. And laces and trims. Or fabrics. You could use fabrics too. All right, now we need to, I'm going to cut this because there's a lot of pieces and parts. So yes, we are having a winter storm. So at 5 a.m., but like 5:20, they usually always send it at the same time. I got a phone call. Woke me from my slumber. I was actually sleeping. And to tell me that Demi did not have school. So, I've been up for a while. I actually did fall back asleep. I decided, okay, I'm going to try to read a little bit. I let the pooches out. The pooch, Zenny. And I went back to bed. And I did sleep a little bit. I think. I read until I fell back asleep. All right. Let's see how that... Oh my goodness, that is so cute. I see a couple little spots where I need to repair. I think all the rest are pretty good. That is so fun. All right, let's cut this one so you can see. I'm sure this is, they're never usually straight when I cut them, but we'll try our best. So all I do, let's see, this is 2 inches. Let's put you in here. Come on. There we go. So this is 2 inches, so I try to just put this at the 6-inch mark, approximately. And then I use the problem when you're using this, it's slick, remember, on the other side. So sometimes it will move a little bit underneath. Can you see it's kind of moving? And then, well, look at that. There's a first time for everything. It's almost even. So there you go. You think this one's dry enough to do? I don't know. Why not try it? Or do I want to leave it like it is? I better leave it alone. Just leave well enough alone. When you're ready to use it, then you can cut it. All right, so our next project is going to be making these little pockets and possibly using some of our washi on it. So this is all you're going to need. You need a sewing pattern. Now I have what it is going to end up like is you're going to have your pocket that can go right on a page. I'm just thinking as I'm doing this. Hold on, let me grab a piece of paper. We'll just grab the kitten. All right, so this, we can then, if we want, we can just glue this on here so it's a tuck. And then when you flip it over, you can open it up and it's your pocket. Or you could do it this way. And have it like that. And then you could glue this down as well. So that is what we're making. Bye, kitty cat. Mama Kitty's very angry. I saved these, by the way, because for my binder journals, I can use this full image, and there's some really cute ones, so I stuck those over there so I don't forget to use them. All right, so what I did in advance is I cut, let's just start with the easier one. All I did was cut these basically where they were creased or folded, because it was just easier that way. but any kind of paper will do. I have used wallpaper for these, and what I am doing here is just folding this over so that when I fold it to wherever I decide I want my pocket to be, there, Rachel did it with a gusset, so you have a little more room. So that's what that is for. Now with this, because, okay, let's just see where we want this. Now, do you see how far I'm putting this from here? The reason I am doing that is because this is pretty flimsy. And so I want to be able to fold this down. Now, the one thing that we probably want to think about is when I fold this over, I'm going to lose all of this. And what am I going to get? It's okay like that. Okay. So that's going to be our gusset. This we're just going to glue down just to give us a little more oomph. Now, if you noticed on my one sample that I did, okay, now I'm going to use my corner rounder for just for a little added interest. However, remember, my patterns are very thin, and yours probably will be too. So if it's only one layer, like when I'm going to punch the hole here in a second, you probably want to put another piece of paper behind it. Okay, so that will go like this. This will fold down so it will look like this, right? But we want to have a hole, or a notch for the pocket. Now, if you see on this one, it's about where it should be, but then when I fold it, it's there. So I kind of goofed that one up. So let's just see whereabouts we want our... So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this right in here. So that otherwise what will happen is, and I'm going to do it right about where my thumb is. What will happen is the paper will get stuck in your punch. That might not be quite where it needed, but whoa. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just do that up a little bit before and then I'll glue everything else down. All right, so this is going to be, I'm going to glue it with Fabri-Tac. Maybe I left the needle out of it. Wow! No. That's the one thing that's a little bit difficult when it already has been... Now, I put this down first. You could have done this in advance, but for me, I just like to kind of come along here after. Actually, sometimes I put it on before, sometimes I put it on after, but there you go. Now you've got a pocket. Cuter than a button. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's use something. Here, maybe we can, this is fabric. Let's just use a couple little snippets of this. So we got that one, and maybe a thinner piece here. Now the test will be if I can get this off of here, because like I said, I don't have any nails right now, and I told you it's not that hard to get off, generally. Sometimes you just have to play with the different corners. A lot of this is vintage fabric. Well, some of it. This particular one was, oh, there we go. Fabric that I wasn't really fond of. Some of it when I had it as it was, and then when I put it together like that, I was like, oh, that's super cute. What if we're gonna do this? Watch. I think that'd be fun. Come on. trying to use that one. I have one nail that's got a little bit of length on it. It's gonna get used a lot. Oh no. Come on. So, you know, I always ask, what are you guys working on? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this on here. And then we're gonna cut this. Put that there. So did. All right, one down. Let's do another one, just like the other one. Well, probably not exactly like the other one. Okay, so here's my example. See, this is already folded. So let's make one that's a little bit taller. How many minutes are we at? Perfect, 30. We have time to do a couple more. All right, let's fold this down this way. And then well, we're gonna lose just a little bit of that one little girl. That's okay, because we need to make sure. See what I'm saying? Yeah, really. And for this one, we're gonna have a thinner. We're not gonna have as big a fold over. Nope, we're going down further on this one. Come on. Stay where you're at. I don't think that's very even. I need to do some trimming because that's just... She just doesn't want to stay there. All right, we're going to glue this up while we can. Now, I didn't have to do... In fact, well, then it's really... This one, I think, because it's got that double... where I folded it, I'm going to put it... Shoot. Hold on. Guess what I forgot? Hang on. We're doing it this way and see how that works out for us. Okay. And then we need to glue. Look at how uneven that is. There we go. Hold that down. That will help. I'm just lining it up there. Lay down there, please. Sweet little thing. And then let's do our corners. Oops, that one wasn't quite big enough. All right. Now this one, I don't think I'm going to add any. I don't think I'm going to add anything to it. No washi on this one. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these done. And I'm going to pop these together so they kind of lay down. There goes my pillow. And you probably noticed that there's a background noise. It is my heater because, like I said, we're having a storm and it's cold. All right, let's do one. Let's do a long one. Quaker Oats. Look how long that one is. You know what we can probably do just to strengthen this a bit? I think we can just use this whole thing. I'm just looking at which side we want. We definitely want this side, don't we? Yes. All right, so let's just make our lives easy. We're doubling this up. Now, some of you may be saying, well, that's kind of wasteful. You could have made two. Yes, I could have. But for longevity's sake, and because it's got a natural I like this just like that. So we're just going to go, we're going to be generous here too. We're going to make this a big fold. So I'm going to give this another, tie it down. I'm doing the same thing. It's just on a bigger scale. And again, this is just strengthening the envelope side or the pocket side. Now, I could have left this. Oh, you know what I could have done? Well, I didn't. I could have left this for a pocket too. See what I'm saying? It's too late now. She gone. We have one more. We'll do one more and we'll try to remember to do that. Okay. Now, this one doesn't have a gusset. No big deal. So, all I'm going to do is go right down here. Uh-oh, guess what I forgot to do? Again. Punch. But I think, because this is thicker, I can probably get away with not using the, yeah. Okay. There we go. Aren't these easy? Way to go, Rachel. Simple, simple. I'm thinking about for our live sales, because a lot of you have said you like it when I bring some of my handmade things. I'm thinking about making a bunch of, this week she made document folders, I believe. That's what she called them. And then put some of my vintage ledger and, you know, things that you usually buy at the sales, but then put them into something. I thought about making them out of wallpaper so you could use the wallpaper for other things. Oh, I forgot to do this. What do you think? Should I do that? Should I do that? I don't know. That's the first time that's ever happened. I just pinched my finger in there. Okay, that's cute. Now, what shall we use? Let's use one of the ones that we, what do we got here? We've used the fabric, we used that, and then we used that. Let's see what else I got. Okay, the bunnies probably not. Oh, here, how about this? Now this one we can probably use the whole kit and caboodle. And then we could put, I mean, you could put a sewing word on there or something else too. I'm just doing it. I'm not really, I'm going to have these in my stash so I know that they're there in my pockets category, because I never have enough pockets, ever. And we could do that again on Do I Dare? Such a rebel. I don't know. All right, here we go. I like that look when you open it up. Such a risk taker, aren't I? All right. cute. And then I think we need something this way. Let's do a thinner strip. Let's do one. That goes under it. Like this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's very, very easy. Both projects. So you got a bonus this week. Pockets are easy and the tape is super easy. And I can't remember how much. I mean, it wasn't terribly expensive, and I feel like the hardest part's getting the tape off. I feel like it was maybe in a 2-pack. I'm pretty sure it was. Well, no, I'm not positive. I know I have 2 rolls. That's why I'm thinking it was in a 2-pack. But, and quite honestly, you guys, this, you will never, ever, if you do this, you will never have to buy washi again. And truth be told, this works way better than washi that you buy, because it is double-sided, really good gripping tape. So there's that. You know, you can use fabric. You could use just regular printables on your, you know, I would suggest using just regular printer paper to do it. You could use, I wouldn't suggest using cardstock. That doesn't work so hot. But you know, like we did, we used the napkins, we used the tissue. You can use fabric. I feel like we need to put a piece, before we go, we need to put a piece of the one we did with this on something. What do I have? I know. Let me find. Let's just use a scratch piece of paper. Because I can make this into a tag, and I think it might have some like cross-stitch looking stuff on it. It does. So let's just use a chunk of this, and we'll make it into a tag. All right, I think I see a spot that's not down. All right, we're gonna go the other way now. Oh, no, I like this one. Okay. Here we go. And I even think I have my lace out to do my next project, so we can even finish this little tag. Come on. Well, when in doubt, go to another corner. I can't even grip it. And I don't know. Let's try it on my little sticky thing. If you guys have been following me a while, you know I use it. See, this won't. The backing of that doesn't really. Oh, it did. Just enough. Anyway, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I use the double-sided tape to take sticker backs off, because it's irritating to me when it doesn't come off. This one we're gonna do up here, and we're gonna wrap it all the way around there. Let's try this again. So this is just double-sided tape, and you can see I've used it a lot, and I just keep adding to it, like one right on top of the other one. And then it doesn't really like that slick backing on my tape. I must have just got lucky. I got it. Yay. yeah, I definitely, if you guys do some of these, tag me if you think about it. I'd love to see whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, or send me a message. I'd love to see it. All right, let's put a little punch in there. Give it a little distress, make it pop. I've lost my my little finger dauber. It must be up there somewhere. That and my oh, I feel like we need something over here too. That and my bone folder. MIA it is. MIA. Put that back in there. This washi tape I could play with all day long. Ooh. Do you see that, girls and boys? And there was a spot I missed. But it still stayed. That's cool. This one, I'm going to leave like that. I kind of like it. All right, let's add something to it. Ooh, I've got some little green right here. I can see it. Hang on, let me cut a piece up. Ooh, this will be pretty. Look at that. Now, should we do it? I always like to do bows, but let's just try. Let's just do it like this time. It didn't go through. Come on, come to mama. There we go. Pull it through there. Super, super cute. I'm going to leave that as long as it is because I kind of wasted it, but that's all right. Awesome. So now we got a tag too. Well, I got 2 more that I will probably finish off camera, but I hope you enjoyed that, and tune in next week when we work on something super fun, in my opinion. And get your supplies ready because it's gonna be a good time. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.